Hello, everybody! Square Enix!
The world is square once more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who did see this coming, folks? I mean, if I'm doing a Star Ocean playthrough, who better to bring than the Star Ocean fanboy that I know?
Yeah.
Yep, this is Star Ocean First Departure. Pretty much a remake of Fantastic Space Odyssey from the Super NES. And dare I say, while it's been on the easy side, it's still a fun remake. And of course, what we're hearing now is the theme song, Heart by Asanaro, I believe the artist's name is. And note, this remake, as well as Second Evolution, the remake of the second story, all these animated cutscenes, as well as the new character portraits and stuff, were done by Production IG, the same studio behind Evangelion and Ghost in the Shell.
Wow.
So, thus would explain why they're such high quality, too. And of course, as customary, an opening video introducing our party members, or at least the many ones that we can recruit.
Brownie points to anyone guess my favorite is so far.
Welch.
Let me rephrase that. Of those who were actually originally in the game. Before this whole remake business.
Who would that be?
Those that actually belong.
Who would that be?
Oh, but it's more fun to make people guess. We can wait a while before we bring that up.
Okay. Hey, no, this is totally different from the intro on the Super NES.
Set the coordinates to T5.
For one thing, we do not have Robert Belgrade voicing the captain. Huh?
Something's wrong with the gravitational.
Let me guess, the planet's gonna blow up? Guys, we've always gotta start an RPG with an explosion of sorts.
Turn the ship about. Fire
And they have to throw scientific terms at us. Who remembers what a joule is? I've been forgot. Yeah, I was school too long.
Well, a jewel is a priceless gem of sorts.
That jewel was spelled differently.
Whoa!
That planet is now spelled differently because it is gone.
Totally.
Activate anti-shock. Raise defense shields.
Damn it, people move! Move!
I gotta say, the Pan-Galactic Federation ships look very different from what they were in the second game. Then again, this is 20 years prior.
Right.
An unknown power threatens to hurl us into a new age of civilization.
And Strange New
Is
Worlds.
it the will of the gods, or just the whimsy of fate?
Or could it be the scriptwriters?
Whatever it is,
That's
the
a theme
human
that'll be
race
around for a few
continues
Star
to
Ocean games,
advance
that's for
into
sure.
the great
Mhm.
unknown, into what they called the Star Ocean.
Oh gee, how original.
That's one way to drop the title, I guess.
Yes. Welcome to Planet Roak. Home to a variety of races, including a recurring race throughout the series, the Fellpool. And speaking of Fellpool, here's one of them right now. Yes, you can tell they're cat people. Thus they have cat ears and tails.
Man,
Speaking of tails,
hey, that's
why does this guy sound familiar?
What about Millie?
And why does he
What do you really
look like he's
think
trying to
about
compete
her
with
anyway?
Overlord Squinty? I mean, Brock.
What do you mean?
Guess what? That's actually
Let me give
Bryce
you a friendly
Papenbrook.
warning. That girl's a total scatterbrain. She doesn't
Zidane.
listen to anyone.
Oh, I knew that voice
She's
sounded
just
familiar.
a total
Few of these
I saw her
voices
again!
sound familiar. Oh god, when you make the White Mage show you've done something wrong.
Millie.
Oh,
Listen,
tail on you no less.
And of course, that's Millie Clayette, voiced by Katie Lee, who actually has had quite the extensive
There's nothing to do around here,
acting
Millie.
credits.
Why don't you go out on a patrol?
And of
then?
course, there's our
Come on,
protagonist
I'll
as
join
well,
you.
Roddick
We can
Ference,
all do it
voiced by
together.
Yuri Lowenthal.
All right.
Roddick, you come
That
on.
guy's everywhere.
It's
That guy
summer,
is
we'll
everywhere.
all go together.
I mean, from Persona 4 to Final Fantasy 4 to Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the PSP. Jeez. I mean, seriously, that guy is everywhere.
Everywhere doing everything.
Yes, I constantly have a habit of checking my stats and stuff because you want to pay attention to what talents that each character gets upon recruitment. especially your protagonist. Because talents is what affects item creation.
And a good roll or a bad roll, which you start with, can affect the entire file.
And so that's why in the early run of First Departure, I recommend not having taste or design sense on Roddick. And as for Millie, she always starts off with 4 specific talents, and she's actually one of 2 characters in the entire game who can learn every talent.
That's not common, that's for sure. You need to hold on to those types.
So yeah, a white mage who could actually use, say, the Machinist specialty. And of course, your typical town theme, which actually does get reprised in Star Ocean: The Last Hope. In fact, in The Last Hope, you get to visit Planet Roak.
Instead of just talking about it like in SO3. That's nice.
Exactly, and not to mention that while you're on Roak, when you get to random battles, it actually plays the battle theme from Star Ocean 1.
You gotta like the little Easter eggs for the series fans that only they're gonna pick up on.
Not to mention that we even get to visit a very infamous dungeon from this game in The Last Hope. That being, of course, the Purgatorium, which we'll be getting to in Part 7, I believe. In any case, what we gotta do here is talk to people and just do the rounds.
Things that are strange and unusual in an RPG? What kind of RPG you been playing? All RPGs are normal, didn't you know that?
Exactly.
Come on, townspeople, get with it.
Especially JRPGs, where it tends to begin like a typical slice of life. But of course, everything's gonna go to hell.
And you're gonna slice of death if you're not careful. That's one pie you don't want.
Tell me about it. Even though you don't need to grind so much in this game, because if you do have the right equipment, even if you're at a slightly lower level, you can still manage to push your way through battles. Pretty much item creation can break the game. However, until you get to Cave of the 7 Stars, which is pretty much akin to the Maze of Tribulations.
Yeah, that's what item creation tends to be there for.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks the game, but then it makes the Alpha Dungeons just passable.
Yeah. Now, of course, it's even worse in Star Ocean 2.
Oh, the lovely Cave of Trials.
I never beat it.
Don't feel bad, it is a pretty bad play, especially if you try to play on the PS1 version where it's prone to crashing after battle. Good fun.
Speaking of which, when we get to Star Ocean Second Evolution, yes, I'll cover that. And as both protagonists, I should note that the soundtrack is slightly altered.
Coming here in broad daylight.
How dare they? It'd been better if they did a sneak attack at night.
Let's go.
When we were
Alright.
completely defenseless.
Right, let's go fight them. Oh, well, it's just standard thieves.
Yeah, they're just bandits. They don't stand a chance.
And sure, the battle theme doesn't have that beat that it does in the Super Nintendo version, but what can? Frankly, I prefer this version as well as the remix in Last Hope.
That one was easy.
Oh God, Dorn, why?
Why, Dor? I'm gonna wait until don't want to spoil anything, but I did miss that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. He knows no special arts, no talents, and overall he has only one level up quote.
Look out!
Hang in there, everyone.
And of course, before each battle, each character will pretty much judge the difficulty of the fight depending on what they say. Well, they judge the difficulty depending on the level.
That one's
Right.
too fast.
Which, in my experience, Star Ocean 3 is not always a good indicator.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
I'm not very fond of Star Ocean 3's battle system from what little I played, because considering that if you run out of HP or MP, you fall unconscious.
The way the balance for me, at least, is that you can do the same to the enemy, and sometimes it really works out well. So, I guess it just
We aren't
depends.
just any brats, I'll have you know.
So three teenagers are the town defense force, huh?
To let some punk swagger in here with this pack of gutless losers.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
guys
bet that
wouldn't last
stings.
2 minutes in a fight.
Okay, what you were saying?
but yeah, as far as Star Ocean 3 goes, you don't have to mess with that. I'll be playing that for damn sure as soon as I can. As soon as I'm able to start record off console, but yeah.
I'm just glad I was finally able to record off my PSP.
This looks tough.
Yes, this is, for believe it or not, this is PSP.
Yeah. In case you missed that.
And no, you have a rare chance of getting a fanfic item from this guy. But it's very rare. I'd rather just get it from item creation with art and a goodie box. I mean, early on, I made 2 goodie boxes and I got 2 fanfic emoticon items, which sold for a total of 500,000 full.
That's insane.
I know
it's just fan fiction for crying out loud. How is it so valuable? I don't get it. The internet's be sitting on a gold mine.
Especially since each different fanfic is worth a different amount of full. I just love the little emotion bubbles.
Yeah, some people were annoyed by it, but I really liked them.
Anyway, that night...
I made some tea for you.
Ah, thank you. Is it Earl Grey?
Thank you, ma'am. Enjoy.
Okay. So, let's have some tea. By leaving it on the floor.
But it's not the same without crumpets. I insist on having crumpets too.
Close call and you know it.
Yes, Millie. Yes, if you say so.
Whereas Roddick is kind of bored with the idyllic lifestyle.
Oh, he's just been moping around all
Didn't help that his father died too. Pretty much, in case you're wondering, folks, in terms of the protagonist's sword style in Star Ocean 2, more or less based off of Roddick's style.
As I found out, it certainly ain't his daddy.
Yeah.
Certainly. Come back anytime.
Oh, we'll meet him later.
Yes, we certainly will.
Being bored's a good thing, huh?
Not really, considering
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Considering I spent all of Sunday and pretty much all the weekend without anyone to do commentary with. I was totally bored out of my skull. And before you ask, folks, in terms of my parties for both runs of Second Evolution, I've already got them planned, which means between both parties, I'll be able to actually recruit every character.
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I gotta hand it to Adam having the patience to run through the game twice just to show both parties.
Having to worry about you.
Just don't expect major tribulations.
Oh God, no. that's my job, not yours.
It's not worth it. It may be worth it to hear the overall leitmotif of the series after beating the final boss, but it's not worth it.
I still find it hilarious the last time I went through SO2 that I was able to beat the unlimiter the limiter off into Leccio / whatever Lucifer. Yeah, Gabriel. There we go. Sorry, spit it out right. And like 170s, 180s. That's under leveled according to the internet. It's just funny to me. It's like, oh, I got him in a corner. I somehow got him stuck in a corner. That was hilarious. I'm like, he's not getting out of the corner. I guess I'll just not let up on him.
By final boss, I meant the final boss of the maze.
Oh no, I know, but limiter off Gabriel though is still really tough. So.
I would never try that, especially since he has so many spells that do scripted quad 9 damage.
You got that right. That's why I was glad to get him locked in a corner where he couldn't do that.
Ooh, twice cooked pork. Hey, this is a freebie. We get his favorite food.
Special treatment.
Yeah.
Fan.
That's all I know.
Yeah, sure, Captain. Sure.
Alright, it's actually that little girl we were talking to during our rounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we get stuff like we had yesterday very often.
Aww.
This town be perfectly safe, even if we sat on our tails all day.
Be better not anyway.
Darn.
Speaking of tails, a certain character in our party is more or less obsessed with Felpool tails. Don't ask.
Great. So I wonder what they think of Zidane. I know it's not. It's a tail. I'm just. If it's not the same tail, it'll be a tail. So I'm just curious how.
Zidane, you mean Zidane?
Damn you, Square.
Yeah, damn
You had to tell everyone we were pronouncing it wrong. Well, excuse the hell out of us.